And it's both from Canada, hometown, returning fucking heroes. After, as quickly as Beth was out of the woods, she was on life support for 6 months. But as soon as she was out of the woods, he's come back to get even. I guess the guys have beat her up. And FTR, again, they can work. It's just at this point, in the promotion that values guys being actually able to perform in the ring over pretty much anything else in their fan base's eyes, FTR found a way to get buried there too. So where they just people that remember a couple years ago when the music hit, the people would fucking stand up like, yeah, they're tear the house down. Now it's like, ah, shit.
They were super over. It's easy to forget that now because it's been a little while and things really have changed, but they were super over to the point where the fans were screaming, FTR! FTR! during the Young Bucks matches and segments. Remember, they were super over.
And you know what happened to people saw him wrestle the Young Bucks a bunch. Anyway, so still, if I've noted at the top, if everybody's serious about this, it could be just swell. Because I'm thinking Edge and Christian will slow FTR down just enough to where that they're using their talent instead of just getting so goddamn confusing. And also it's in Canada. Did you hear the statistic that they gave when they said FTR has the most wins of any tag team in AEW history?
Oh, I did hear that, yeah.
81 wins. In 5 fucking years? How is it? No wonder nobody gets over anymore because nobody ever sees them win anything. Anyway, I'm just, how long would it have taken the World Tag Team Champions, even during the Attitude Era, when the schedule was slacked up a bit, to win 81 fucking matches?
3 months.
It'd be 4 months,
4 months. 4 months would be fair.
So anyway, this was another AEW match that I liked until I started not liking it when it just wouldn't stop. But everything made sense. They were fighting because they were pissed off, and Edge was really shining. But then they stopped him and got some heat, and they went to double heat. I think one reason because they had so much time, probably. Another reason was that they wanted to give both guys comebacks. And Edge's comeback did need to be last. That's why Edge's heat would be first. But I don't know why it's not just these guys, but it's every big tag team match that you see. They shine the baby faces for like 2 minutes and then they want to go straight to the heat. And when there used to be heavy time constraints, sometimes you needed to do that. But I always thought part of the tag team formula of tag teams that I always enjoyed and fucking all the ones I managed was that we shined those baby faces in different but exciting ways to get to people really revved up in a certain direction where, oh yeah, and then you pull it out from under them. And yes, you can do that with a couple of spots, but then you're getting the heat on the one guy to give the other guy the tag. Then you're getting the heat on that guy to give the other guy the tag where you've been there to begin with. We sometimes when we had to go a while, we do 2 sets of heat or when it needed to be for a special occasion, but I'd rather shine them well and then get fucking 1 set of uninterrupted serious fucking heat and then have a comeback and don't stay too long. And I mean, again, when pay-per-view became a thing for the midnight matches, I was asking for, well, give us a 5-minute cue to go home. And then I just started wearing the fucking watch so I could keep track myself, because sometimes at 5 minutes, what are you going to do? That was a long time. But nevertheless, but the point is, they had a nice tag team match with nice shit going on until it started going too far. They busted Edge open with doing the fucking belt spot where they cracked him in the face with a belt and busted him open a bit. But then it got busy, got busier. Cash finally threw Christian into the announcer, or not the audio fellows pit, and Edge fought both of them. And FTR just hit him with a bunch of super kicks over and over. But then he foiled a knee lift and speared both of them. And he went to spear Cash, and Cash sunset flipped Edge, and then FTR hit the Shatter Machine, 1, 2, 3. All that, and they didn't even really cheat. They wanted to show that Edge was going to fight back against the two of them at the end, single-handed and to the end, and beat him unfairly. But once that they had... I mean, is that an official thing, Brian, now? Once you've thrown the guy into the timekeeper's pit, he's not going to be able to make it back, and now you can do stuff for however long you want to, and it's impossible for him to get back and help.
Must be a new rule.
In the classic tag team matches of old, there was more of a sense of urgency to people trying to get away with shit, I guess, is what I'm saying. But nevertheless, this was probably the closest thing to a fucking tag team or wrestling match of the night, with the logic of what happened and or the execution of the work of the same thing. But at the same point, it would have been probably a lot hotter and more interesting 6 months ago after they shot the angle. Your thoughts?
It was all right. I'm not a Copeland Cage fan, and they didn't do anything here to make me fans of theirs. FTR are impressive. If you just stop and watch them, they always know what they're doing or where they are. They obviously can work anyone's match. They're booked like shit. This feud has been booked like shit. Edge and Christian lost the match. So the wife got attacked. Everyone disappeared off TV forever. Then they came back, immediately beat up the manager, and then they lost the match? This feud is terrible. But, yeah, I have nothing else to add. I wish FTR were doing other things.
Well, see, here's with the finish. If they're going to have a rematch, then this was fine, because the babyface has to come back and get revenge for his wife and get even. It doesn't have to be in the first match. But by the same token,
do you want to see it again? Do you ever want to see it again?
But two things. By the same token, when the babyface has been gone for 6 months and they just kind of get beat without the manager who means something, whacking somebody over the head with something or whatever the case. And secondly, did they leave anything for anybody to be able to want to see any more of after this? But there's a more egregious example later on in the program of what the fuck. So still, this wasn't bad on the scale of what really fucking sucks. Yeah, boy.